Hey there, what is up, plant community? So, today I wanted to talk about a subject. It's something I've been doing. I do it all the time with palms that are particularly cold hardy, like the Trachycarpus fortunii. Now, this is more of a what to do kind of thing. So, this is more for how to acclimate palms that aren't from your region that you buy. Like, for example, me, it's hard for me to get Trachycarpus fortunii. I could probably ask my local nursery maybe to get some more in, but I don't know. Last year it was, well, no, this year, I mean, it was hard for them to get any palms in. So, yeah, I'm lucky to have this guy. Anyway, so I'll start here with the story of how I managed to get this guy. So, I was just getting into palms. I had a Livistona chinensis, but I never had a Trachycarpus fortunii. And for a while, it was just sitting there. Nobody really wanted it. I'm like, I kind of feel bad for this palm, I really want this palm. So, I got it from my local nursery here in Muncie, Indiana. Their name is Northern Tropics, located here in Muncie, Indiana. And they had this Trachycarpus fortunii. And at first, I wasn't real interested in it. And I got to looking at it and everything like that. And they were treating it, and it had like dry scale on it. Because that happens sometimes. Stuff happens. And so I was like, well, okay, so how much do you want for this palm? And since it had all that nasty scale on it, they wanted like not that much for it, for as much as I got. Because here's the original parts of it right there. So I got quite small, and I grew it out over the years. I grew it out, and it's a real healthy palm now. Hasn't had scale ever since. I keep it outside 99% of the year unless we get a hard freeze. But lately, I've kept this guy kind of outside because hard freezes haven't even been doing anything to the ground. So ground doesn't freeze anymore like it used to here in good old Indiana. But so yeah, so that's the origin story. And ever since I found out he's been cold hardy and he's been taking everything, I basically just fell in love with this palm because this is one of the palms where I could probably put outside. We drop below the normal temps. I can cover it up, probably throw a blanket on it, wrap it up in a blanket, and maybe put some hot hands like I do with the Cordyline Australis and put them around the base there. It'll probably be fine, or keep it heavily mulched, which I will this coming spring. But anyway, so that's the story of how I managed to get this palm. Now, how did I acclimate it when I found out that this palm was a cold hardy species? So yeah, Trachycarpus fortunii, being this mature, can take it down pretty cold. Long as the ground does not freeze, and our ground has not been freezing. So it might this Monday, because temps are really supposed to drop down to 18 degrees Fahrenheit. So not sure how much that is in Celsius, but it's pretty cold. Ground might actually freeze this round. Anywho, so how to acclimate this guy. So, the, any cold hardy palm that's supposed to be cold hardy, I recommend doing this to acclimate your palms. Is slowly do it so that way they can slowly withstand the cold. So, like this Trachycarpus fortunii came from Florida. All the palms she gets at her local nursery comes from Florida, at least most of her palms. So this guy came from Florida, so I knew right away if I was to put him in the ground or anything like that, more likely he would go into shock. So what I did is I slowly acclimated him over the years. So you gotta kind of have patience with this to take more and more cold. So what I did is I just didn't drop him in a 35 and frosty conditions right away. No. What I did is I acclimated him to about take it down from all the way from 60, so not counting 60 degrees Fahrenheit, to 50 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And if tips went lower than that, I'd bring them in. And that's how I did it over the years. And then after that, temps that would be below 40, I would keep them out. And then we got to the point to where we're now starting to be able to be okay with some hard freezes. The pot didn't freeze though, so that's the good thing. But he's got to be able to take a decent amount of cold if I'm going to be able to keep this guy outside growing like a nice, decent tree. So, since he's able to take down into the 20s now, because I kept him out, and the ground doesn't really freeze solid anymore, I think he's good now to go ahead and put him in the ground. And so yeah, that's basically all I did to acclimate my Trachycarpus fortunii. I also really think that it definitely helps to use palm fertilizers or make your own palm fertilizers, because I think that is really the key to my success and why he does so well and why he bursts out in growth during the summer. He's just amazing palm, and I really love my Trachycarpus fortunii, and I wish they would get more of them in, because I would love to probably purchase a lot more, to be honest, and try to convince people to try to put them out in the landscape. But again, acclimation is something that is going to be key and important. So it's something you got to manage to do, especially since where I'm going to put them, there's going to be wind and things blowing. So you got to make sure that they can adapt to these kind of situations before you just throw them out there like that. Especially if you're not really going to protect them as much like I am. Like, the most I'll probably do for this guy is I'll throw a blanket over him, a nice thick blanket to protect his fronds, and maybe cut some things like this off during the winter time, so I can just kind of close those fronds up a bit and protect him from temps that may be really cold. But yeah, and looking online, it says that they could take the -8 and -20 degrees Fahrenheit, but I'm sure that's with damages to the fronds. So yeah, that's another thing to take into consideration. They can take it pretty cold, but I'm sure that's going to be damages to the fronds and everything like that, and could possibly, maybe even take a chance of spear pull. But then again, I've seen videos where that Arctic blast hit last year, and there wasn't much that people could do because these palms just got so tall that they couldn't do much to them. So, but they managed to pull through. But yeah, that's basically how I acclimated mine, and that's how I did mine. And so hopefully this is educational for some people, how to acclimate your palms, because next year this guy's going to get too big, and it's going to be too big to keep by the sidewalk, because I live in government housing and I'm not even supposed to plant trees. But I'm going to put him in that little hole right there where I keep my Majesty palm. And next year I'm going to do it completely different. I'm going to have my Majesty palm, my pygmy date right there to kind of match, because I kind of did that this year, only with a cycad, because There's no coconut palm, sadly. And I'm probably going to have my Livistona chinensis more up here since it's still kind of small. I need a bigger pot for him too. And so, yeah. So a lot of things are coming. I'm also going to be planting a ladyfinger palm in a more protected area. So, where it's more sheltered and things like that. So, yeah, hopefully all that comes around. And, yeah, now I'm getting kind of cold out here. So, I'm going to go in and hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope you did learn a little something from it. Of course, any questions that I am able to answer. I'm not able to answer all the questions. Might have to do a little research yourself, but I'll try to answer those the best I can in the comment section. Otherwise than that, guys, keep it real, and as always, keep it tropical.